as a shooter. So
absolutely,
there's going to be it's going to be some mismatch. There's going to be some ways to try to figure out, defensively how are they going to channel them and challenge themselves defensively to figure out who's going to do what, who's going to be the hot guy. Because we already know Anthony Davis and LeBron, they're going to be the hot guys.
absolutely.
But in Miami, you kind of know Jimmy's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got to figure out who's going to be the hot hand.
Right. And these young guys, with the boosting of their confidence by one Jimmy Butler, are definitely not scared of the moment.
Oh, yo, most definitely. Listen, man, they take shots in big moments. They ain't second guessing in the big moments. Yep. And they are a representation of who their leader is.
Absolutely.
So their leader is fearless in a sense. And they're fearless in a sense. They're not reckless. There's a difference between being reckless and fearless.
Right.
They're not reckless.
Right.
They're fearless. They don't care who you are, let's play.
Right.
And that's who their leader is. A guy, he don't care who you are, let's play. Check point.
Yep. We gonna do what we gotta do.
Wait, man. I can't wait to see how
this
thing.
You and me both, man. I'm waiting for this one. So let's get back to our Sixers real quick before we go. Now, I talked about some trades. I talked about some free agents. Now, one of the trades that I heard about, and I have two scenarios for this trade, is a trade for Chris Paul. Now, of course, you know me and you know us, knowing both sides, the fan side and the business side. Don't like the money there. Don't know how the Sixers could pull it off. But these are the two scenarios where it's been put out that the Sixers could possibly attain Chris Paul. So one is the Sixers would get Chris Paul in exchange for Tobias Harris, the 21st pick in the draft, which is, I think, the Sixers' first round pick, the Thunder's top preference of Matisse Thybulle, Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz, and Zaire Smith. I don't like that one initially because right off the bat, I know who their preference is. Somebody that I want to keep, because I don't want the same instance to happen when we made the move and we had to add Landry Shamet into the deal. I think that would be the same thing, because I know with what he showed in the short time that he was with us so far, that their preference would be Matisse Thybulle. Okay? Unfortunately, if they're talking about Tobias Harris, then that means they can talk to somebody about moving that Al Horford contract too. Okay? The second issue for that, and speaking of, the Sixers get Chris Paul in exchange for Al Horford, Matisse Thybulle, Zaire Smith, and the Sixers lottery-protected 2022 first-round pick. I don't really know about that one. Again, like I just mentioned before you were brought in, Ball, if you look at the Sixers roster, it's not much there that's going to entice people to say, okay, let's do it. It's not.
There's nothing there.
And yeah, the sad part is it would come down to being something that they can use in the long run.
True.
Okay.
But that's what it comes down to. We have nothing. We have guys that have heavy contracts.
Yes.
We got guys that have heavy contracts. So normally when you got a guy that you're trying to move or possibly move with a heavy contract, you normally look for a team that has disposable income.
Absolutely.
And when they got that disposable income, well, you can maneuver that because they're working with the cap, not trying to get you on the cap, so you can maneuver that. But then in return, you normally get draft picks.
Yep.
Because the team
not something, not the direction that we want to go in right now. And I know
they're terrible for a reason.
Right. I know there's a lot of talk with OKC, because like we already know, and they put it out there, they got 5 draft picks when that Chris Paul on one of those deals with the Russell Westbrook deal or something. They got 5 draft picks, and they already put it out there that they are going to be in a rebuild. And we look at that roster this year, that team overachieved. Now, low budget, if you will, if they could work out something and still Dennis Schroeder, I would take that before I took Chris Paul. And it's only because of Chris Paul's money. Like, I like Chris Paul a lot, but the money for the Sixers right now, it can't work. It can't work.
Not only the money, we're talking about also health.
Absolutely.
Because Chris Paul has been battling hamstring injuries for the past 3 years.
Yep.
This year, it didn't bother him, but he also had an opportunity to sit out because of the pandemic.
Yep. And get healthy. Absolutely.
So we don't have it in that 82-game season.
Uh-huh. And we knew every year when he was with Houston before that, somewhere down the line in the playoffs, he was out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we still need. Listen, even in that, if we move Ben Simmons to the power forward, which we did, okay, now you're looking for a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're looking for a guard, but you still need a backup point guard.
Yep. You still do.
So, don't get me wrong. Shake Milton, I like Shake Milton.
As a backup. And I said that. He just has proved in the bubble, he proved that he's not ready to be a starter in this league. And I say that because you see the potential. He just needs some work.
Yeah, he can be that backup.
Yeah.
But like you said, I like the Dennis Schroeder move as well because he is a starter.
Yep.
He is a starter. He could start for this Sixers team, and because he's able to get his own bucket.
Yep. He could be a big part for this Sixers team. Yes.
Yeah.
I also like the talks of possibly getting Drew Holiday. Now, if they can work that out, I would love that because I feel like he should have never been traded anyway. But that was the beginning of the so-called process. The other name I like, and I've been hearing a lot about, that I think could work with this roster, Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
Who could possibly be had for the veterans minimum?
Yeah. I like Jeff.
He plays well against pick and roll. He can get his own shot, and he's very serviceable.
Yeah, I think that that's either him or...
What's going on, Money?
They're the same people to me. I think that Jeff Teague's a little more older. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's been around. He knows what it's like to have a team, to carry a team at one particular time.
And I think with the little intricacies of playing that pick and roll, he can help Shake Milton.
He can. And he's a guard that has done it. He's been in that spotlight. And we need veterans. We don't really have any veterans.
Nope.
I mean, our veterans are our core guys. They're the veterans. I mean, our Horford is the veteran. Don't get me wrong, but the way he was used, the way our Horford was used, was terrible.
Yep.
It didn't help.
It didn't help at all. Right.
And I think that was the beginning. Making that deal for Al Horford, it kind of put a damper in us a little bit because we could have used that money for something else.
Yep. Possibly two more players. Then even with that, not using that money side up with him, you could possibly be looking at re-signing Glenn Robinson III and Alec Burks, who are going to be unrestricted free agents at the end come June.
And we gave him a max deal too.
Yep. We did.
We spending money, just
spending it. Listen.
They spent. The Sixers was maneuvering like they had pandemic money, man.
Kobe Hairston, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, they were, man. It was crazy. William Trust also, thanks for tuning in. So listen, folks.
Sixers using that PUA money, man.
Yeah, they used them stimulus checks. They got a bunch of stimulus money and used it. Then now it's coming back to bite them in the you know what.
It's coming back. It's killing us, man.
Yes, it did. So listen, glad you could chime in, bro. Hopefully I'll see you in studio with me next Monday. If not, we can do this again. If we can, when you have a moment. Always a pleasure talking to you. Two great minds think alike a lot of the times. And I enjoy you, man. Appreciate you for being here with me. Appreciate you for timing in. I'm going to let it go right now. I got to go check on the kid. So I'm going to let it go right now. Folks, you know where to find us. Baldy at Ball75. That's BALL75 on Instagram. and Aaron Baltimore on Facebook. For me, Instagram at SportsRap_D. Also, on Facebook, the group page, Sports Rap Radio Show. You can also get me at Dwayne Gaines on Facebook. And if you need to send us emails, you can address to either one of us at sportsrap@yahoo.com. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Ball, appreciate you, partner. Talk to you soon.
All right, my brother. Peace.